say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hail at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rockets' ray glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that a flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave?
Hello, my name is Ray Hauser, and I have the privilege to serve as principal of Legacy High School. Thank you all for viewing our Legacy High School virtual graduation ceremony. Knowing that our graduates' parents and staff will be viewing this ceremony together, today is a testament to the achievements of these graduates and the love and support they've received over the years. On behalf of the staff, thank you parents, grandparents, guardians, and other family members for your willingness to help support the staff and the school. Your active participation in your students' education is greatly appreciated by all the staff. I also want to recognize and thank the staff. Even in these challenging times, their skill, creativity, dedication is unsurpassed. They have spent countless hours going above and beyond to provide a little bit of extra support for each and every student. It's an honor to serve alongside such an amazing group. Seniors, while I wish we could all be together, I could shake your hands, hand you your diploma, I still want to celebrate your accomplishments. I want you to know how proud of you I am and how much I've enjoyed being able to serve as your principal these last 3 years. Thank you for welcoming me into your community, for your kindness and your graciousness. You are the very first graduating class of Legacy High School, and as such, you deserve special recognition. You came together as a group, created a new school. What I appreciate most is how helpful you've been to one another and how genuinely you care about each other. As a group, you pulled together many times to serve others. Assemblies, spirit weeks, dances, blood drives, and computer repair donations were just a few. Every one of you can be described as utterly and uniquely diverse in the breadth and depth of your interest and activities. You're a hardworking, dedicated group of young scholars who thoroughly deserve your success. As a class, you have persevered and worked toward your goals. Please know that wherever your future takes you, we will all be here cheering for you and rooting you on. We look forward to updates from you and seeing where your education takes you. Follow your passions, continue to be leaders, and best of luck in your future. Congratulations, Legacy High School class of 2020 on this momentous day. Go Lemurs.
Congratulations, class of 2020. We did it. We are graduating. I consider my high school career successful, but not for the reasons you may think. Success for everyone is a little bit different, but my success comes from accomplishing my goals, but being valedictorian was never one of my goals. My goal was to go to school for most of the days. My goal was to pass all of my classes. My goal was to graduate. My goal was just to be happy. Looking at me now up here, you may not understand these goals or why I had them. But let me explain a little. So I missed 111 days of school my 8th grade year of middle school. And I failed almost all of my classes. I struggled with depression, sleep apnea, allergies, and chronic sinus infections and headaches. I would wake up most days feeling exhausted and horrible or a combination of both, and I would not be able to go to school. Freshman year, I did a little bit better. I only missed 55 days of school, which is still a lot, but it was much better for me. I was making progress and I was happy with that. Sophomore year, I missed 28 days. Junior year, I missed 14 days. And then this year, I missed only 10 days. So I succeeded in this chapter of my life because of the way that I reacted. At the end of one chapter comes a new one, an unknown. We get to write our own story. We get to choose how to react to things. You can either be mad, sad, glad, or do nothing about it, or you can have the same emotions and do something positive, make a change, make the world a little bit better. As we go into this new chapter, we will experience successes and failures. We can do this alone, but it's much better to have help. I couldn't have gotten to this point without my mom, dad, and teachers. They helped me discover what I wanted to do and fostered my learning in technology. My goal for the next coming years is to get an Associates of Applied Science in Healthcare Technology Management. This degree path is one that will teach me how to repair hospital equipment. I want to work in a hospital repairing, maintaining, and installing the technology that they use. I love technology and I like to help people. Although this is a plan, plans can change. I am lucky to be able to tell you exactly what I want to do with my life. I've known since middle school that I wanted to work with technology. Seniors, we are officially graduating and moving on to a new path. Let's go into this world when safe to do so and succeed. Let's prove we are capable of making great choices and decisions. Whichever way we go, let's look back at high school as a place we grew, a place with amazing people that we will never forget. Thank you, Legacy High School class of 2020, for an amazing 4 years. Let's graduate and move on to our next chapter.
My fellow graduates, family members, teachers, Mr. Hauser, it's an honor to be part of such a unique celebration. It's such a pleasure to share this feeling of accomplishment with my classmates and friends. Before I get started, I want to take a moment to thank those who've helped me get to this podium today. The staff and students at Legacy High School, my parents, my brother, have pushed me to do my best, and I have grown a lot as a result of their encouragement and support. I would also like to thank Ms. Jordan for being such an inspiration. I hope someday I can handle frustrating situations with such control and calmness like her. Throughout all the schools I've been to, although I've always had supportive teachers, I've never had such a loving and uplifting environment. Legacy has made me feel at home. The teachers here genuinely care about their students and seek to inspire us to find our best futures. Honestly, every school needs a staff like ours. We all really appreciate your effort to make this a nurturing and encouraging environment. Freshman year, I came to Arts and Technology High School with little to no confidence. I would have never thought I would be giving a speech at my graduation. As arts and technology evolved into Legacy High School, I discovered what I really wanted to do in life. I'm really thankful for everyone who was a part of it. Graduating is an exciting time. It's both an ending and a new beginning. Although I don't appreciate how early we had to come to school, I'm gonna miss coming here every morning. As our high school chapter ends, we must turn our attention to the beginning of the rest of our lives. Work will take up most of our life. Now is the time to find the work that will truly self-satisfy. What work will inspire and nourish you through life? My great work is gonna be different than yours. What our great work has in common is the love of doing the work. Here too, we can learn from our teachers. They arrive school early or stay late. They work long hours from home that we cannot see. Though we may not understand why, they clearly love doing what they do. Teaching us is their great work. We should learn from them the value of loving one's work, even when the work is difficult. When you find the work you love as much as the teachers love being our teachers, then you will have found your great work. Endings and new beginnings are difficult, but chapters cannot be complete without them. Let's use this ending to inspire a great beginning and do great work. Lastly, I would really like to thank everyone who was a part of making our graduation possible today. Even with the pandemic, all of you made sure our efforts were recognized. Thank you so much.
Welcome class of 2020, and thanks for taking time to join me. For all of you who do not know or remember me, my name is Alexis Essenberg, and I was voted to be student speaker of our class. I know this isn't the kind of graduation we all had wanted or dreamed of, but I wanted to thank all the teachers and staff that pitched in into making something small for all of us to have and enjoy. Even though we aren't able to enjoy an in-person graduation, this is the next best thing. I am very proud of all of you and all the things that we have survived and overcome in our lives, such as things like COVID, North Korea bomb threats, UFOs, global fires, no big deal. When I first came to Legacy, it was known as Arts and Technology, but my first day was very different than everyone else's. For freshmen, the first day is rough from trying to find other classes, meet new people, and get to know other teachers all on the same day. It can be very difficult. Although for me it was quite the opposite. I remember my first day being easy and very fun. I found all my classes because our school is so small, and I met all my closest friends and got to know all my teachers all in one day. For me, I'm happy I chose a smaller school to attend rather than a big one, because everyone fits in regardless of associations and hobbies. But I think there was more to that in the end. For most of us here, we felt like Legacy was one big family. We could all relate to one another on some level, including the teachers. And over the years, I've come to respect and appreciate these teachers for their hard work and drive to push students to do better and persevere to their fullest potential in and out of the classroom. A few teachers I'd like to thank individually, starting with Mrs. Matwig. When I first came to her class, I was kind of nervous and timid to try art. But with her nonstop positive attitude and drive to get students just to give art a try, I felt like nothing could hold me back. With every project that we were assigned, she let us get creative and make it our own. In her class, it was a safe space with nothing but support and kindness. I'll never forget Mrs. Matwig, and I will continue to use the tools she gave me to use while I was in her class. To Mr. Aval, I'd like to take time to thank him for all the pun of the day jokes that affect me more than he will ever know. His cheerful and can-do personality really shined through in his class. Every student respected him for always making sure we all could understand every mathematical equation that came our way. No one felt left out or less, so thank you, Mr. Oval, for giving us all smiles and confidence when we all didn't have it. And to Mr. Campbell, but for most of you, we all know him as Bruce. I wanted to thank him even though he no longer teaches at Legacy. When he had, I had learned so much from his class. From every good morning to every smoked salmon and hot cigarettes, he taught us all that no matter where you come from or background you have, at the end of the day, we were all the same, regardless. He made every day in class feel fun and new, and he always made every student feel important. Bruce is not only a teacher, but a friend. He gave the students was unmatched and forever will be remembered. Thank you again to all the teachers that I had mentioned. You all have impacted my life in more ways than one. I also like to thank my parents for always pushing me to do more, and I will always cherish the late nights we have sat down to do homework and together until it was done. And when they took me to the library to study. They are the reason I work so hard and where to get where I am, and why I push myself so hard to achieve everything I want and have. So thank you to both my parents for all you have done and continue to do. For most of us students, we all know what it's like to go through these years of high school with little to no sleep and lots of stress. From either work or assignments we have not finished. But as we move on with our lives into the future, I hope we can all remember not just the rough times we all went through, but the good times too. like when we met our closest friends or went to the school dance or even sat down to have lunch. There are many memories that we will have and hold close to our hearts that make us remember all the good times when we were in school. Many of the reason we pressed through all of the hard times and continue to do more as we are defeated. Muhammad Ali once said, "Champions aren't made in gyms. Champions are made from something they have deep inside of them. A desire, a dream, a vision. They have the skill and they have the will, but the will must be stronger than the skill." And for that, I believe we all fit his quote. All of us here have the will to push on when the odds are stacked against us. So to my class, do not give up when things get hard. We all have been through much worse, and still we are standing strong, ready to take on the world. We are the definition of determination, and I am so proud of each and every one of us. I want us all to remember one thing before we leave, and that is learning does not stop just because you do receive a diploma. We all learn much more every day, and won't stop because we are all champions. So thank you, class of 2020, for the memories and the good old days, and all you will remember for years. My cap is off to you.
Hi, everybody. I'm the student-elected speaker and ASB president at Legacy High School. I would like to start with an initial thank you to my peers. Thank you to everybody who's helped me win elections every year and keeping me on ASB all this time. Thank you to those who voted for me to speak here today. I really appreciate it. This speech is for you guys. Now I'd like to welcome everyone here who made today possible. Alumni, friends, family, the amazing teachers that got us through school, our buddy Raymond Hauser, and most importantly, my fellow 2020 Legacy High School graduates. Today is special for all of us in so many ways. We beat the odds for those against us, and we made it to see graduation. That is one of the most powerful feelings that I cannot even express to you. Not only have we finished one of the biggest accomplishments in our lives today, but we did it in the middle of a pandemic, which makes us that much stronger. We took a huge hit to what was supposed to be one of the best years of our lives due to COVID-19, and here we are, still graduating. We started this year with constant talk about what our legacy would be, and we left the ultimate legacy. We are the masters of Senior Skip Day, and we have full documentation of Legacy High School's first commencement ceremony. Today will stick with us for years to come. To my family and loved ones, I'm Angel. To my peers, teachers, and everyone else, I'm Marion. I'm Angel Marion Davis, and over the past 4 years I've spent among my peers trying to find out just what that means. I spent most of my freshman and sophomore year home, skipping as your typical edgy punk kid, and in my junior year I had reality set in and ended up changing my schedule to all remote classes so that I could finally and legally only go to school once a week, starting in the afternoon for only 2 hours. Looking at me at first glance is understandably questionable. How did this delinquent become ASB president on the executive board? I look like I should be here for community service, when in reality, I'm here multiple years running and winning ASB president. They always say that high school, and senior year specifically, flies by so fast, but for me, it wasn't like that. For me, I feel like it went by so slow, making today that much more invigorating. It seems like it's just high school, but it's so much more. It's 13 years of our lives striving towards one goal. We've spent years to get to where we are today, and just like that, we are minutes away from graduating. I spent this last year being such a happy person. I was always in a good mood, and I always made it a goal to make someone smile. I spent the entire year trying to be everyone's friend, and I relished the thought of the speech that I would deliver at our graduation. The shutdown of our senior year and quarantine from our daily lives turned that around completely, as I'm guessing it did for most of you. This was hard for a lot of us, and no one can really understand what we're going through. No one else can decipher the loss that we have endured home alone at this time. And I want to let you all know that I'm here. This isn't just a trick to get you to add me on Snapchat or follow me on Instagram either. I truly care. And I'm sorry that we had to deal with this when we should have been making our final memories of senior year. I want to acknowledge the fact that the world is full of scary things. We are a generation of fatality plagued with dangers. We were all born right around 9/11. We survived. We were all young when the economy took a huge downfall. We survived. We grew up with talk of the world ending in 2012. We survived. We were tweens during the global fear of Ebola. We survived. Geez, the fall of our first year of high school was the 2016 invasion of killer clowns. What was that even about? Either way, we survived it. We are still surviving as I speak, and I have the Rona to thank for that. Through everything, we have the strength to deal with things better than those before us. It's rough. You'd think with all the bad we've experienced in our short lives that we could finally have the satisfaction of graduation, but here we are, at home, with our families, socially distancing, watching our graduation take place on a screen, when we should be in the way too hot, way too small gym of our school, listening to the girl who spent all year goofing off. To my family here listening, that's me. I spent my whole and shortened senior year being a clown with all my friends. It didn't matter where we were seniors, we ruled the school. And now, here we are, at the finish line, waiting for my speech to end so we can turn our tassels and finally be done with general education. General education, what a funny way to say it. I find nothing general about crying over SOHCAHTOA theorems when I really expected to be crying over boys. How untypical. That's what going to an alternative school is like. Anything but typical. Over the past 4 years of attending Mountain View and Legacy High School, I have always seen what a bad rep we had. People automatically assume the worst of us because we go to an alternative school. During my freshman year, I had a lot of my friends from middle school ask me how many teen parents I knew going to an alternative school. People are so quick to claim that schools like ours are easier when in reality, our school is just more tending to our personal needs. I started high school at a general learning high school, and I lasted 2 days. Let me tell you, it wasn't pretty. I've met so many cool people here. We've made so many good experiences together at Legacy. Even with a bad reputation, we've pulled together many years of memories. I will never forget going into Bruce's classroom every day, being asked how my weekend or evening was by someone who truly cared. No one can take the memories away of watching Malachi Jacobs shadowboxing while playing VR in Miss Polly's classroom. They think we're misfits, but they're monotonous. There were a lot of things that went on senior year, and as ASB president, I have the knowledge that seniors won every PEP assembly so far, so we technically have that going for us too. The future holds a lot for our specific graduating class. Speaking from experience, I've done a lot of traveling. I've been to New Jersey, New York, New Mexico, all the new places, and I stand by the individuality of my peers. We have the cool car guys like Colby Crosby and RJ Bancroft. We have the smart tech guys like Paul Pugh and Jonathan Guerrero. And let's not forget about the attention-grabbing drama kids like Alyssa Thornhill and Zach Randall. I also got the pleasure of meeting Curios, one of the sweetest girls ever, who once spent the last 5 minutes of art class in the last trimester drawing Marissa D and I from memory. It was such a cool experience to witness that kind of talent. We have all of these unique and amazing people that I can see nothing but beautiful things come from this graduating class, and I fully enforce that. It was only 4 odd years ago when we first entered the halls of high school as scared, prepubescent babies, ready to take the next big step in our lives. As scared as we were, we strutted in and quickly became the annoying freshmen we know today. We said bet and yeet as if it were unironic. We cried for Harambe, and we ate cheeseburgers with chocolate milk at 11 in the morning. And now, here we are, done with high school. On top of that, I can declare that our class has aged like fine wine. I can't tell you how many names were brought up for the best glow-up senior superlative, which not only means we're the first graduating class of Legacy High School, but we will be the best looking graduating class of Legacy High School. I would like to wind down with my thank yous really quick. Thank you to Ms. Matwig, Mr. LaGrange, Bruce, Ms. Mock, Mr. Karner, and Judy Whitman for getting me through high school. You guys always made sure I felt heard as a student and always tended to my personal needs and helped me enhance them in ways I know I wouldn't have gotten in any other school. Closer to home, I want to thank my mom for always believing in me and making me the strong, independent person I am today and supporting me through everything I do. Thank you to my best friend Sean, who is also my brother, for being my rock through everything I've gone through since birth. And thank you to my other best friend Patience and my second mom Brooke for being the family that I've always wanted and always accepting me as I am. Thank you to Steve and Nellie for inviting me into their lives and providing me a new sense of security and showing me that there is so much more to life than what I had believed before. Thank you to my motley crew, the best group of people that I have ever met, for making my senior year amazing. And again, thank you to Ms. LaGrange for reminding me that I wanted to deliver this speech even in this hard time. Lastly, I would like to thank Carlton for helping me write this speech. I tried to pay so many freshmen, so many underclassmen, and a few of my friends to write this speech for me, and ultimately, it came down to me writing it myself. Thank you, Carlton, for helping me get my words on paper. Your help means a lot to me. I appreciate all of you for supporting me and giving me the strength to get here today. Back to my fellow graduates. Now is our time. I wish you all the best of luck in everything you do next. Given the state of the world as we know it, things are going to be scary. We have made it this far, and you are stronger than you give yourself credit. The opportunity to achieve greatness is within our grasp, and nothing can stop our drive unless we let it. All those people that we look up to, anyone that you can think of, has been as scared as we are right now. We will continue to leave legacies even if they are unnoticed. I have my belief in every one of you. We got this. Thank you, graduating seniors of Legacy High School 2020, and congratulations. We've crossed the finish line.
Hi, I'm Julianne Mock, and I teach English and drama here at Legacy High School. And I'm honored to be chosen to be the staff speaker for the first graduating class of Legacy High School Lemurs, the class of 2020, the quarantine class. Welcome seniors, family, friends, Legacy staff. I know this is not the graduation ceremony you imagined, but in this strange year it seems fitting that your choice for staff speaker is the drama teacher. If there's one thing drama people know, it's how to improvise. Because the show must go on. Let me continue with this comparison for a minute. In drama, sometimes someone misses their cues, and others have to jump in and make it seamless until they remember their line or they walk on stage. Sometimes a sound effect doesn't work the way it's supposed to, and instead of a doorbell, we get a burp. That happened in one of our shows, and if you didn't notice, it's because the actors improvised. Your final trimester didn't follow the script. You have missed so many things that are part of the traditional senior year, and yet we all came together and the show did go on. You are also part of a much bigger graduating class. You are part of a global class that had to change the script, learn new ways to do schoolwork with friends and teachers via technology, and all without physically being together. You have finished in a challenging time. I heard this quote by Malala recently, the Pakistani activist for girls' educational rights. She's graduating from college this year and is also missing her ceremony. This is what she shared. Tough challenges teach us who we are and what we value. I've seen that in the class of 2020. You embraced your place as the first senior class of Legacy High School. You united and made new traditions and memories even before the shutdown. You have lifted each other up and reached out to each other, even when it was on Google Meet or Zoom or another platform. You improvised, and you learned lifelong lessons in the way. Let's look at these lessons. First, wash your hands. That's good advice whether we're in a pandemic or not. Second, check in with each other, with your friends, your family, your teachers and mentors. And third, even if we don't know what's happening next, we know we have each other. Class of 2020, we will miss you, and we have missed you. We also know that you have accomplished something no other class has done before. You made it through an unprecedented time, and you have your future ahead of you to forge through in a way that no one has done before. I'd like to leave you with this quote from C.S. Lewis. You can't go back and change the beginning, but you can start where you are and change the end. Congratulations, Legacy Class of 2020. You brought the curtain down.
As superintendent, it is my pleasure to certify to the Board of Directors of the Marysville School District that the graduates have completed the graduation requirements of the state of Washington. Congratulations.
As president of the Board of Directors of the Marysville School District, and under the authority vested in me by the laws of the state of Washington, the regulations of the State Board of Education, and policies of the Board of Directors, I certify you, the class of 2020, as having completed the requirements for graduation for high school in the state of Washington and the Marysville School District. It is my pleasure and my honor to welcome the school class of 2020. Congratulations, graduates.
Xanth Reese Moen. After graduation, Xanth plans to attend North Seattle Community College to get an associate's degree in biomedical equipment tech. Xanth has received the following awards: Kiwanis Student of the Month in January 2020, winner of the Kiwanis Flogger Scholarship of $500, Snow Isle Skills Center Student of the Quarter, Electronics Engineering, Fall 2019, awarded Rotary Scholarship, and he is this year's valedictorian. Sarah Bell. Akasha Atkins. After graduation, Akasha plans to continue to work full-time and go to a trade school, which she is undecided upon. Richard A. Chavez. Richard plans to attend Everett Community College after graduation. He also received the Rotary Club Scholarship. Alexis Jade Dessenberg. After graduation, Alexis plans to attend Northwest School of Massage. She also was on the honor roll. Angel Marion Davis. After graduation, Marion plans to attend Everett Community College. Jessica Insinius. Fahana Bijapuri. After graduation, Fahana plans to attend Everett Community College. She is also this year's salutatorian. Trinity R. Baronsauce. After graduation, Trinity plans on going through the cosmetology program at Everett Community College, starting in the fall quarter. Gabriel Morrison. After graduation, Gabriel plans to attend Skagit Valley Community College. Rewards he has received were a Senior Superlative Award for Most Caring. Malachi Jacob. After graduation, Malachi plans on going into construction. He has also received 3 Senior Superlatives in this year's yearbook. Jordan Cruz Shoddy. After graduation, he plans to attend Lake Washington Technical College for diesel mechanics. He also received an award for Best Car. Colby Crosby. After graduation, Colby plans to be an electrician. Tayton McDonald. Shayla LeRae Yarno. After graduation, Shayla plans to pursue a tattooing career. Caleb J. Kosimi. Mary Jane Michelle Gonzalez. After graduation, Mary Jane plans to take a year break. She is also receiving a college-bound scholarship. Olivia Gonzalez. After graduation, Olivia wants to take a little bit of a break before going to college. Heidi Browers. After graduation, Heidi plans to work and save money to hopefully attend Everett Community College. Stacia Bankston. After graduation, Stacia plans to attend Everett Community College. Danny Carolina Luna. After graduation, she plans to try and stay alive. Patrick Collins. Joseph Norman Caswell. After graduation, Joseph plans to get his driver's license. Eileen Daphne Cisneros. After graduation, Eileen plans to attend Green River Community College. Rebecca Harris. Wesley Freeman. After graduation, Wesley plans to apply for a job and eventually extended learning. Sean LeSpade. After graduation, Sean plans to join the Army. Sean has accomplished being a first lieutenant and is a member of the Armed Drill Team. Sean Riley Carruthers. After graduation, Sean plans to attend Whatcom Community College. Josiah Hedman. After graduation, Josiah plans to get a job. Jonathan Daniel Guerrero. After graduation, Jonathan plans on attending Everett Community College once the stay-at-home order ends and it is safe to do so. Aiden McGorty. Ariana Lynn Murphy. After graduation, Ariana plans to get her driver's license, then to get a good job or two if needed, in order to save up as much money as possible to get her own place. Then after a year, she wants to go to Everett Community College to join their welding program and become a professional welder. Viviana Marino Foster. After graduation, Viviana plans on being an electrician. Aslan Paige McCloskey. After graduation, Aslan plans on being an interior architecture and design major at the San Francisco Academy of Art University. Yasmin Saldana. Andreas Pina. Jose Ochoa. Tyree Smith. After graduation, Tyree plans to go to college to obtain a bachelor's degree in recreation or forestry to become a park ranger. Jacob Starr. After graduation, Jacob is planning on going to DigiPen Technical Institute. Jacob was also awarded a certificate of straight A's and was awarded a Kiwanis grant. Jonathan Prowse. After graduation, Jonathan plans on learning a trade. Jacob Johannes Rook Brown. After graduation, Jacob plans on becoming a card game designer and an author. Zachary Randall. After graduation, Zach plans to attend college for 4 years at Northwest University. He has also received an $8,000 academic scholarship at Northwest University. Alyssa Thornhill. Shaden Stackhouse. Myrene Leticia Santoyo. After graduation, Myrene plans on going to college, but she is unsure of which one at this time. Eric Duenes. Brett Taylor. Faith Rose Tremlin. After graduation, Faith plans to make video games. Faith won a second place award with her video game team in animation. Kira Michelle Yost. After graduation, Kira is unsure of her plans at this time. She has received awards and achievements as straight A's in her first trimester, a certificate of completion in EverFi financial literacy, Microsoft Office Specialist Office Word 2016, and Microsoft Office Specialist Office PowerPoint 2016. RJ Bancroft. Jordan Miller. After graduation, Jordan plans to move to her father's home. She received an award for Best Anime Art.
I'm Fahana Bijapuri. I'm the senior class president. Please turn your tassels from right to left. It is with great pride that I now present to you the Legacy High School class of 2020.